Greetings, D&D players, enthusiasts, and observers alike, and welcome back to Chronicles of Kriath. My name is Emma, and I will be your DM today and every day that this wonderful campaign exists. Since we have a new voice to add to the intro, let's go around the virtual table and introduce our party again. So we're gonna start to my right on the virtual table and go to Andrew.
Okay, it is definitely not the same for everyone. Yes, I am Andrew, playing Thael Thu, the druid cleric of the star-related subclasses. Reborn lizard folk who's just, doing as the stars guide, and apparently that makes music to lead to people who are just in the forest, apparently.
Apparently it does. And speaking of other people in the forest, Gia.
Hi, I'm Gia, spelled with a J, not a G. I am playing Chatwin Darcy, reborn sorcerer, local spooky gal, local hot girl, suffering 24/7.
I would hope not 24/7.
24/7.
Okay. Fair enough. Well then, we will move to the 24/7 dad of the group, Jeremy.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeremy, and I play Damien. Damien is a very simple man who spent most of his time as a blacksmith.
And now we move on to a not-so-simple man, Nathan.
Hi, I'm Nathan, and I play Resident Idiot Rubo, the Asimar rogue, pain-in-the-ass paladin.
Heck yeah. And now, our newest voice, Rosie.
Hi everybody, I'm Rosie. I've been here actually since day one in the background, like the creeper that I am, listening to these guys. I've been so nervous/excited to start playing with everyone that I've quite literally listened to every single episode of the podcast so far again. And because Emma has said it before, I have been indeed a DM for her as well. But only recently, and it wasn't for D&D.
We're keeping up the trend of everyone in this group has run a game for me.
But I am playing Elon, a guard captain with a resting guard face from the city of Kriath. I am a champion fighter class and ultimate pretty boy, so seeing as the rest of the party looks like shit right now.
Hey, who you saying looks like shit?
How dare you?
Yeah, y'all really look like shit right now.
Correction, I'm the only
always
one
look
at full health, I believe.
Just because I have low HP doesn't mean I'm not hot.
That's Andrew. You don't count because Thelthu it still looks weird.
that is just a little bit of blood on my armor. That's no big deal.
9 HP is enough. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hands coming out of your face are normal.
I don't know about that one, but let's get into the recap, shall we? So, last time, our band of adventurers dealt with more zombie monks at the Triple M Monastery. They managed to find 2 monks who escaped the fate of their undead brethren, and they gave an account of what happened to their friends as they cowered in the cellar. According to them, a new monastery hopeful unleashed venomous snakes whose venom turned those they bit into zombies. A little more info and a cool new whistle obtained. They head upstairs to find a library, more zombie monks, and a mysterious figure that briefly taunted the party before stepping into a portal and leaving them to deal with the creatures that remained. Exhausted from their long series of battles, they take a moment to breathe before the sound of music drives them into the Sparkling Grove, where they meet our newest friend, Ayla. So that's where we leave off. You all are stood in front of an elf wearing armor with long blonde hair.
I think friend's a bit of a stretch. We don't even know this elf.
I pull my shiv.
Can we still hear the music?
No, the music has since stopped.
That's weirder than the person.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I think the fact that the music made me deaf was a bit more concerning.
So everybody looks very injured except for Thielthu. Yeah.
Damien, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
Okay.
I've got like a few scrapes and scratches on me, but other than that, my arm is just covered in blood. Definitely not mine, thanks to Rubo.
I'm I am only on my feet because Damien is helping me walk and I am bleeding heavily.
And another question, can I see the building that they came out of anywhere outside, or am I still just woods?
You're only seeing woods at this point. They walked far enough in that the trees obscure the monastery, not too far that it took them too long to find you.
Then Alon is going to look at all of this crew and trail off as he is like, you must be get a good look and kind of try to look behind them all, see if there's anybody and see if there's anything. And so, I don't think you were the ones I'm specifically looking for. Sorry. I don't mean to, interrupt anything. I'm looking for a group of people, but apologies.
As you trail off, you feel a tiny hand sort of smack the back of your head, and a voice whispers in your ear and goes, "What are you talking about, you dolt? They're the only ones here!"
This is not what I expected, okay? This is definitely... Surely please...
Is this a person that we can see, or is he pulling a Chatwin right now?
Everybody make a perception check.
Oh boy.
I knew she was gonna ask that.
It's curious. Natural 19 plus 0. This is probably the best I'm gonna get.
Alright.
That is a 12 for me.
Mine's an 18 plus 7, which is a 25.
Oh shit.
That's a 10 plus 1, so 11 for Ruben.
So I think Chatwin and Damien are going to be the only ones who see this, but you would make out a small figure on his shoulder, kind of peeking out from behind where some of his hair is kind of dripping out of the ponytail that it's in and obscuring that area around his neck. There is a small little figure with like butterfly wings and long dark hair kind of whispering into his ear.
I look over at Damien, like about to say something, and like, there's a...
I see it. And lad, why are you whispering to the little thing? Like, it's not like we can't see it, and I get it, we're probably not what you were expecting to run into in the woods, but we weren't expecting to run into you making weird music that goes away when we get here.
There was music. Well, I guess I'm not the only one then.
Oh, fuck. I start looking around.
Yeah, the music was quite loud, and it did lead us here, I suppose.
Okay, so if you're the ones that I need to meet, I suppose I have something to tell you, but it might be good to sit down and relax.
I'm sorry, who the fuck?
Rubo plops on his ass immediately.
Rubo!
Still bleeding. He just kind of stumbles back from Damien and just, oh, okay, if you say so.
David's gonna like raise an eyebrow and be like, I don't know, lad. We have no idea who you are, and currently we're in the middle of the woods, and we've seen some pretty harsh things out here recently.
You're not, what are they called? Tourists, right?
Not really.
Oh, are you one of the tour guides? You don't have the
No.
shirt on.
No, absolutely not. I've been warned about that thing. Look, I went into the woods, and I experienced some really heavy information, and I was ordered to tell you all, and then I guess take you back in, and
No.
yeah, it's
No.
I know it sounds really
No thanks.
sketchy.
No. Who exactly gave you information to pass on to us?
Yeah, that's gonna be the crazy thing. A god?
Oh, that's normal.
That's what I was going to say. I was about to say, isn't that one of our goals, to actually go deeper into the woods?
Aelon is just going to turn to the Thale when he says it's the normal, just bug-eyed, like, Eliana, I really... Are you sure? You're sure, right?
The goddess let me drop you exactly where she needed me to.
Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, so the goddess Faefren brought me here to bring you all in because there's apparently trouble in the world and we're all supposed to help it. Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh so loud. That was a little better. It's quieter.
Emma, can I use something right now real quick? Can I, sitting on the ground, use Divine Sense?
Sure.
So as an action, I can detect good and evil until the end of my next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hollow spell, know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover, and I can use this feature 5 times per long rest.
Okay. Aelon, what's your alignment?
I believe it's good, lawful good, so...
You don't sense anything necessarily celestial or undead about this strange elf. You can tell that he is inherently good. The thing sitting on his shoulder, a little in the middle, but not inherently good or evil.
Do Thelthu and I light up?
I don't think technically as reborn, at least rules as written, because we're still technically humanoid, not
That's
undead.
what I'm wondering.
But that
would we
that's
be
a
detected
DM
as undead?
That's a DM thing, I think.
Yeah. I'm curious about that.
Reborn count as both humanoid and construct / undead. Any spell or effect that works on either type will work on them.
Okay, so actually,
That is true.
You look over at Thelthu and Chatwin, and you sense 2 undead.
I think I just for a long time start staring at the Althu and Chatwin, and I just shake my head slowly, and I'm like, oh, I've lost a lot of blood.
I'm gonna hand Rubo like a wineskin with some alcohol and be like, drink up, lad. It'll help with the
I
pain.
take a huge glug.
Look, I was told to give, he scans every single person. His eyes land on Rubo. An item just to prove myself.
Okay.
And he's, like, slowly...
Is it more to drink?
No, it's something weird, actually, but he reaches into his bag very slowly just to make sure no fights start out, and he's gonna pull out this wooden sword that has, like, runes and symbols on it, and he's gonna, like, slowly come over and, like, try to hand it to you.
I do pull my dagger the same way the Chatwin pulls her shiv as you approach me.
I back up.
I am hurt, but please don't hit me with whatever that is.
No, I'm not gonna hit you with it. I was told to give it to you.
Okay, and I think I reach up for Damien to help me to my feet.
Yeah, help you up.
I'll stand up and very cautiously approach you and reach a hand out with the dagger still kind of in my like offhand.
Yeah, he's gonna like grab it because it's a wooden sword and like hold the handle out to you.
Okay, and I take it. Thanks. I don't know if this is useful. It's made of wood.
I was told if you didn't believe me to give it to you, and I guess that didn't work. Thanks. And I'm gonna back up again. Yeah, good one, Eliana. Yep, everything's great.
I'm assuming that Eliana is the little bitty tiny thing on your shoulder.
Yeah, that's me. Hello.
Alright.
Good, I'm not crazy. Okay, none of this is a fever dream.
I mean, I would fucking hope not.
Why don't we set up camp?
Wait. The little dude swears I do like the little dude now.
Little miss, if you don't mind.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Aelin's gonna put a hand over for her to step on and just kind of, like, hold her out, kind of to present and say hello.
Do I recognize what this thing is?
Make me a history check real quick. You are kind of hurt.
What about me? Since I used to read stories, my little girl.
I don't know that this would be as much a story thing, but you can also make a history check, Damien.
That's a 17 plus 1 for me.
Okay.
So 18 total.
Damien, would you roll?
An 8.
An 8? Okay. Damien, you have no idea what this thing is, but Rubo, as you're kind of looking it over and studying the very intricately carved wooden blade with runes running all the way up the blade portion.
Oh, wait. I do want to know what this is, but I meant the little friend.
The fairy. That's what I meant as well.
Okay.
I do want to know about the sword, but because Aelon just held out this creature, I want to try to like determine what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll have you make a different check about the sword whenever you actually are focused on the sword.
Okay.
So, Damien, you're looking at it and you've never seen or heard any stories similar to what this is describing. Rubo, you look at it and you can recall some descriptions of, like, you've heard about pixies and fairies and things like that in the past. No one's ever recalled seeing them.
But I do recognize this to possibly be like a fairy.
Yes.
Okay. I twirl my dagger in my hand and I say, "Where do you live?"
I'm sorry?
Where do you live?
Uh,
I need to find your house.
Oh, there's tons of those inside the woods.
I live in the forest. If you want a house so bad, we can build one for you, but
No, I need your house.
why do you need my house? I live in
Okay,
it.
well, I don't actually know, but do you have another little fairy friend that you don't like that I could steal his house?
Rubo, you just for just one moment, you need to just listen to yourself and picture how you sound to other people, for just a moment.
I've lost a lot of blood. I'm sorry. Can I
I'm gonna-
please have your house?
all right. I think you said fairy friend, so this is a fairy. Apparently, like, a friend of his asked him to collect a weird assortment of things, and one of them is a fairy house.
Okay.
Do you have an extra one? Do you have like a fairy vacation house?
I'm not that rich. Dude.
Aliana,
Yes?
are you sure you're positive? Are you sure?
Unfortunately, the goddess has never steered me wrong before.
Alright, well, I have a recommendation. I recommend we set up a camp, let people who are injured rest. I will keep watch because, honestly, I don't trust you two. After the shit we went through. Oh, I'm cursing in front of the children. Jesus.
If you would let my friend explain why he's here and why we need you, then we could probably get you a better place to rest than the middle of the fucking woods.
But you said you live here, in the woods, so
I don't live here. Why do you think you've never seen any fairies here?
I think you're offending Delphi.
I've never been here very often.
There's like an inner part of the woods, and they took me there, and there's like tons of more like her fairies and everything.
The center of the sparkling grove, and also what's wrong with sleeping in the woods? I've done that since we've been together.
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's harder for beings of your size to find somewhere comfortable. We can just sleep in the like little holes in tree trunks, but
You think I needs to be comfortable to go to sleep?
I mean, it's better than laying in the middle of the grass and the dirt.
I can
Isn't
think
it?
of worse places to sleep.
The grass is comfortable.
I mean, he does have a point. Sometimes it can be rather comfortable to sleep on the ground.
I also don't believe that this house that I'm gonna take from you could fit all of us inside of it. You seem a little smaller than us.
Yeah, probably a little small.
There are our sized places inside. I promise.
Right. Just please understand where we're coming from. You are two strangers that have approached us in the middle of the woods and told us, hey, a god sends me to come get you. Follow me deeper into the woods.
Not to mention, right after we just got done bashing in a bunch of dead people's heads.
Look, this isn't something that I myself am not willing to hear out, but I'm not going to follow strangers deeper into the woods when I'm injured.
Is there something I can do to prove myself then? Look, I'm from another city called Krief. Okay?
You give me a wooden sword to prove.
I was told by the goddess that might be what it needs, but I
Which
don't-
goddess?
Faithrin. One of the goddesses of fate. Would it help if I gave you my weapons to know I'm not going to attack you?
I think it would honestly be better if we all set up a small camp, sat down and got some rest a little bit, and talk to each other a bit more to understand what it is you want out of a group like us.
That's fine. I didn't pick you.
Oh, well, that's very reassuring.
Yeah.
It's not very nice.
What he means is he's been kind of roped in with you. I can explain
Wait, so did
further.
did you pick us?
No, the goddess did. But I was sent to find you, and he happened to be here all on his own, so we picked him up first.
Here's my question. So, did you both meet with the god, or I don't know. Do you? Here's my real question. Do you two like each other? Are you guys friends? What's going on between you two?
Aliana kind of looks away from Rubo and looks up at Alon with kind of an eyebrow raised, like she's not sure how to answer that question.
I am pretty sure that these fairies don't marry, and I met her less than a day ago, and I consider her, I guess, a friend, not necessarily well-known friend, but an acquaintance of some kind. I'm not... Yeah, here, he's gonna take off his bag and, like, start getting, like, a tent out and stuff, like, I'll make a camp with you, it's fine, let's just...
Alon, did you still have your tent out when you were camping?
Yeah, I think I...
That hasn't come back with you yet.
No, it's still in the middle of the woods somewhere, so...
Not here, but
yeah.
somewhere.
And he's just gonna freeze it, just like, never mind,
What are you looking
Aliana?
for?
I left my tent somewhere.
Did we not pick that up?
The author's a big believer in sleeping under the stars. I think we can all make that work.
Just do what I normally do. I'll, in my really big satchel, I'll take out my really tightly rolled bedroll, put that out, get a stick, and put a blanket over, just like a really makeshift kind of tent, just for the barest bit of cover over the bedroll. Just, you don't need the whole tent, you can just improvise it.
Look, I've done night shift before, I can just stay up.
Oh, I'll be taking a watch, that's alright. I think Damien, you said you were going to take one as well?
Oh yeah, I'm doing really fine, so I figured I'd stay up. Alright, well, when you wake yourself up, just come nudge me, let me know.
Do you ever sleep?
Sometimes. But it's not really needed that often. Sometimes I just sit.
Interesting.
What's that look on your face?
He looks away and he looks at the altar for a second and he looks at the ground.
Okay. My wisdom is low as shit. I don't notice anything weird going on with the robot. I just continue with my day.
I'll go get some wood to start a fire. And I'm gonna start just going. I'm gonna put Aliana back on my shoulder.
She's gonna kind of look at you and be like, well, that didn't go as smoothly as I'd hoped.
Yeah, y'all made it seem like I was gonna be such a breeze.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be. She seemed so confident that they would just follow. But then again, she is kind of a child? I don't know how to describe her. She at least embodies a child. I think it's supposed to be something like representing the inner child of a person.
Isn't she the youngest of our sisters? And
she is. So I think she's a bit optimistic about things. Shit.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll just tell them. I'll try to remember word for word what she said. I'll try and do that.
Either way, we gotta find out why you needed to give that dude that sword. Because he doesn't seem to remember. But then again, he doesn't necessarily seem all there anyway. But that might just be the blood loss. I don't
Nathan
know.
knows. To be fair, Nathan knows.
Are you
I
sure
know.
you don't? Are you sure you don't want to give up your home?
I mean, if it comes down to it, I don't know how else we're gonna get this sorted, because, like, I haven't talked to you about it. I'll tell you when we're with everybody, but this guy's kind of bad news.
He's gonna stop and just kind of look at her like, what do you mean bad news?
Like, has been causing problems all throughout the Feywild. Bad news?
What we're supposed to be fighting? To start? Or whatever this?
The man that you're supposed to be hunting that's not supposed to be there. Like I said, I'll explain, but also, you need to sleep, because Feywild time is not this plane time.
Yeah, how long have I How long has it been since I've been at my camp?
So, you were there for about 2-3 hours? So, an hour here is a day there.
Eliana?
Yeah?
How long have I been gone?
3 days, give or take?
I'm gonna have to write a letter. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't see how being in a different plane prevents you from writing a letter.
I gotta make sure that somebody knows that I'm still alive.
I see. Sorry.
Yeah, he's just gonna continue to look for some wood and start carrying it back then.
And she'll give you, like, tiny kindling twigs.
The moment you
go
set
and
the
talk.
wood down in the bonfire, hand on the wood, 1 second passes, 2 seconds. Bonfire.
I was gonna say before that happens, as soon as Elon goes to collect sticks, I think I like try to drag everyone into like a little huddle.
Oh yeah,
like,
team huddle.
Guys, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. The strangers come out of nowhere and just go like, "Hey, destiny awaits." You know, what kind of bullshit is that? People think that works in real life?
I mean, I suppose we did walk to them after all.
I guess. But I
That's
mean,
fair.
you read all these stories about like ancient wizards going like, "Oh, hello, young one, your destiny awaits you," and then people try to do that same thing in real life, and it's just like, you're a stranger. I'm not following you into the fucking woods. The fuck,
I mean, I don't know. I guess, and you see, Rubu shoots a glance at the Althu and Chatwin and goes, "I guess everyone has secrets, right? So we can just."
You're being weirdly cryptic, Rubo.
I'm not being cryptic at all. I'm being.
Are you feeling all right?
I lost a lot of blood.
Do you need some help? I could. I don't know how this magic exactly works. Put some back. Give you some. I could heal your wounds.
That sounds weird. Can you get like a transfusion? How does that? Never mind. Sure, you could try it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds. D8. That is 5 plus 3. 8. 8 healing. As he just pats you on the shoulder.
Okay, that brings me up to about half health. So I think he kind of like stops bleeding visibly, and he's just like, "Okay, oh, that actually felt really good."
You're fine, Rubo. Slap on the back.
I feel very alive.
Alright, well, so I would recommend we at least try to hear the lad out. He seems a little flustered with all of the things going on, and if he can actually get us into the woods and he doesn't mean to hurt us, that's a good thing. It aligns with at least half of our goals, yeah?
I suppose.
Rubo's head pops up from our little huddle, and I'm like looking for Elon to make sure he's not near us, and I go, "He's also super fucking hot. Did anyone else
You
notice
prairie
that?"
dog out of the house. I mean, I guess I'm not really my type, but
I don't think you got really close enough to see how warm they were.
oh yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, I'm not one to judge your taste in others. That's what you're into. It's not particularly my type.
I mean, you do you, Rubo, but
Okay, real quick though, also before they get back over here, the little fairy. I understand that I was being a little brash, but I do want its house, if it's possible. So can we just keep that in mind?
sure. Yeah, why not? We're gonna steal a fairy's house. Yeah, sure. What else? Not the weirdest thing in life.
That's not like a hate crime, is it? Like against the fairy race.
Well, it's definitely a crime.
It's the word steal is.
I've committed a lot of crimes, so I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't want to be seen as like a bad guy. Like I commit crime where necessary.
Well, why don't we just try to barter for a home? Maybe one that's not occupied?
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I kind of want its home.
Oh, damn it, Rubo.
So when Elon comes back, we all break from the huddle, like trying to pretend like we weren't doing it. Yeah, everyone act natural.
And yeah, Elon is not going to be surprised that the magic just goes is a little bit much just for the light of fire. But okay.
Oh, sorry, that just kind of happens. I look awkwardly at Elon and as if I'm going to say something else, and then just kind of stand up and walk away and go sit on my bedroll.
Lad, just be glad it wasn't the glass trick. That is creepy.
It's fine. It's fine. You're big boys.
The glass trick.
Don't ask. You don't want to see it.
You don't want to know, I can promise you that.
I stretch and you hear so many of my bones crack.
Grubo visibly looks unnerved with his knowledge.
So many of the bones crack. It's unsettling. It's upsetting.
Yeah, Alon's probably like a little wide-eyed and just like, right. Okay. And he's gonna kind of like sit down like across from the fire from you guys. He'll like remove his weapons and put them to the side, off to the side, not on him. Whenever you guys are ready.
Who's taking each watch?
I'll take the first watch.
Okay. I can go ahead and take the second, then whoever wants to take the last.
I could take the last one.
Okay.
The darkness doesn't bother me.
Right.
Rubo does not even
Rubo's already
act
asleep.
like he's going to pretend like he will raise his hand.
Are you doing okay, Athathu?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Okay, I think it was mostly, I got the shit kicked out of me back there. And everyone else seems fine, but I just wanted to make sure that you were doing all right, too.
Yeah, Damon's gonna go, I was doing my best to protect you, Chatwin. I really was.
No, it's all right. Unfortunately, I have to angle some of my spells in a certain way, or I try to, in order to get the most effective use out of them. Unfortunately, I'm not good with armors, and like you are, so I just kind of get stabbed sometimes, or punched in the head, so... But that's okay.
Can I ask what you were all fighting?
Dead people.
Yeah.
Dead people.
The undead, to be specific.
Yes. Nasty bits.
Does Alon know what, I guess, zombies and undead are at all?
Rubo starts choking on his drink. And they mention undead.
He's gonna be so awkward about it.
Yep. Honestly, Alon, you would have heard of something, maybe, but...
Have I maybe read something about this?
You've read stories, like stories you thought were meant to scare children about the things that lie beyond the walls. Not, oh, these things actually exist beyond the walls.
Well, as they continue talking, I'm gonna pull out my book and start writing down information.
You're sitting there going like, I don't know what undead are. And I'm like, just casually, this book, Possession and Necromancy. The cover on the front literally says, Possession and Necromancy for Dummies. Like, like some shit like that. Just vastly different backgrounds.
I have a passive, I have a passive perception of 12. Do I see this?
Oh no, I won't actually pull it out yet.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Chet, what are you trying to be subtle about it? But
no.
you're not actually pulling
I went through all that trouble to hide that shit.
More or less, there was some weird guy who summoned some snakes that when they bit you, you died and turned into some creature. Like your body came back and you just tried to eat everybody around you. It's a lot to take in. A lot.
I give eyes to Aliana at that. Well, that kind of sounds what I guess the goddess is worried about.
Sounds like what we're worried about, but...
Alright, so should I...
Are you guys interested in this, or is this goddess interested in this? This is very... It sounds like you guys don't want to be here? I don't quite understand.
I want to be here. The goddess was more of a middleman, to be frank.
Was the goddess a man?
No, the goddess is a woman.
Teenager.
I am
to be
confused.
exact.
I thought gods were like omnipotent beings. Do they have to be a particular gender?
Not necessarily. I don't think so. That's just always what she appears as a teenage girl. she saw what was happening with us, and she decided to help. She said she had just the people for the job, but I'd have to go fetch them. Or rather, we, the Fae, would have to go fetch them. And so I was tasked with finding this one. And she kind of nods up at Elon.
Where did you find this one?
Oh, he was on the other side of the forest.
I got here by boat. I'm just doing a job. And I was told to avoid the towns because they're traps, and just to enter the forest through, I guess, their little paths takes money, and I didn't really want to pay the money.
How are towns just traps?
You met the last mayor, Damien.
I know, don't get me wrong, there are definitely people that are very shady, but, like, not everybody's like that. There's a lot of people just trying to make a living.
Well, I only have so much money until I can get back, or I can somehow make more, so I'm trying not to spend it all.
And I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, because I don't come out here often, if ever.
Come out where?
Into your realm.
Alright, well, I have a favour to ask, young lady. Try to be a little bit more considerate with your language. It's not befitting a young lady like you.
She kind of stares at you, narrows her eyes, and goes, "And just how fucking young do you think I am?"
I don't know, you look like you're early 20s, maybe?
Been around for 350 years, mate.
What the? You were spitting his drink up?
I've been giving Damien the exact same look. Just head cocks to the side, super confused.
And he's like, oh, well, my apologies, ma'am.
Here, let me start on a different foot, if you don't mind. My name is Elon. I come from the city of Kriath. It's in the mountains. I'm not sure if any of you have ever heard of it. Pretty isolated.
Did I ever hear of it?
Make a history check.
Oh, okay.
Does this Kriath have pamphlets?
Yeah, I was about to say,
yeah.
Do you have a pamphlet?
Pamphlets on you?
Pamphlets?
16 for history.
You would remember seeing it on a map. It seemed very well fortified, but no one ever talks about, like, what's in there. I don't think... So you always assumed that no one really goes there?
I'm going to hand Elon, like, a couple pamphlets from the towns.
Yeah, he's gonna be a little bit missed for a moment.
If later, referring to Elon and... Oh, I'm sorry, what's your name to the fairy?
Aliana.
Aliana, okay. Later, if it turns out that you both aren't trying to lure us into the woods to kill us, I would love to pick both of your brains about where you came from. It's vastly interesting.
And a little voice creeps up in your head and goes, "Can we pick their brains literally?"
Fuck off. I not to you.
Excuse me?
Not to you, sorry. But yes, I would love to, because it both your origins are origin cities and respective realms do seem fascinating. I'm a little bit of a scholar.
Speaking of that, when you say from our realm, where are you from?
Oh, so they don't tell you about us. Okay. So...
They might. I did not ever attend a school.
I also don't know what you are. Technically, Aliana, I thought I was dreaming.
That's fair.
Did you take some really good drugs, or... And do you have more? That is honestly what I'm asking.
Are you interested in drugs?
Yes.
He's not interested. No, please.
Yeah, Damien.
Did you not hear him say he's a guard?
So we're not in his
Guard
city.
of what? I'm in a city. I'm not in the city. I'm in the woods. You gotta take drugs and frolic through the woods with a fairy?
To be fair, okay, now it does seem like I'm on drugs. That's fair.
Well...
Rubo, get some sleep, please.
Right. That's sorry, you introduced yourselves. That's again, if you're not going to lure us into the woods and murder us, then I apologize now for being rude. But if you are going to, then I don't give a fuck. I'm Chatwin Darcy. I'm from over by the ocean and the Andrews Isle.
Would you? I have a map. Do you mind showing me where that is?
Oh, yeah. I'll point
And
out the little island.
Yeah, he's gonna bring out a map and kind of like give it to you.
I'll point out the little islands, and as I do,
Can I
babble
try
a
to
little
look
bit.
at the? Can I try to look at the map also?
Yeah, sure.
Is there anything interesting marked on the map that stands out to me as unusual? Like any weird writings, or like is there just anything weird about the map?
I mean, it probably shows Korea. I would have wrote that on there if it wasn't already there, and it's probably pretty empty.
Oh, it's just a blank map.
It's not blank. It has probably the major cities, and major ports, but it's not like I got the best cartographer to do it.
I was thinking, I guess like what I'm in my head, I'm thinking, is there any like weird Kriath stuff on this map? Like stuff that seems like none of us would have seen.
Not particularly. This looks like a very standard, like, coastal map. Though, even you can tell, Rubo, in your state, that some of the proportions are a bit off. As far as, like...
I paid a gold for this.
You did. Some of the islands look a little too big for where they're located compared to the scale of the main continents. Things like that.
Okay, I that's fine. I was seeing if there was any like, I don't know, nugget of juice in this map.
A little bit of juice, a little bit of spice.
Just trying to get a little bit of juice up in there.
I understand.
Bring y'all's
It's not the
juices.
most professional map, but it's a map.
And while Chatwin is looking at the map, I'm gonna turn to Rubo and go, before you go to bed, can I guess ask your name and also a few questions about that sword I gave you?
I make eye contact with Damien, and I like get a grin across my face and say, "Oh, sure.
Oh
You
my
want to talk
God.
to me?"
Oh my god.
I give Damien a look, just like trying to see where the connection is.
It's fine. I'm Damien Travers, by the way. I'm a blacksmith.
Damien's just saying he's a blacksmith. Just okay.
I suppose if we're doing introductions, I am the Elthu. I suppose chosen or blessed by Horkosh. He kind of just
Okay,
smiles.
I know that god.
Does the fairy react when he mentions that he follows Horkosh?
No.
I don't mean to be rude. Can I ask what you are?
I suppose the term. He definitely gives you like a good 1 second blank stare as he is attempting to remember.
Lizard brain.
I believe your lizard folk is a term I think I might have heard whispered when I went to that town, but I don't think my arms and legs are standard. As he gestures to the star encompassed.
You're not normal compared to others like you.
Well, I can't say I've met any others, but I'd assume not, unless I'm wrong. But
Alright. Okay. Nice to meet you.
indeed.
And he'll turn back to Rubo.
Rubo being last to go, he's just like blushing a little bit, and he's just like, I'm Rubo.
Oh my god.
And that's my name.
And you're human.
Yeah, I think so. When I look at my arms, I don't have space arms.
Your eyes are a little bit weird, but okay. Right, so
I
that
thought my eyes
sword,
were pretty gorgeous.
Why are you so concerned about what people are?
you're all very odd, no offense.
I don't know. I'm human and I'm alive. That's what matters.
So that sword then, is there any reason that the goddess thought that that would allow you to trust me? Or whatever. Does it mean anything to you?
I think, I think Rubo just had set the sword on the ground for a bit. He goes, oh, yeah. And I go and pick it up and take a look at it and try to be like, figure out what it is.
Go ahead and make me a history check.
That's a 19 plus 1s for a dirty 20.
You search your mind for any sort of significance that this sword could have had, because you don't want to disappoint this guy. For a minute, you think you have nothing, and then it clicks, and you remember back to when you were reciting that list that you lost. The 3 things on that list, one of them was the Emberwood blade, or something about a wooden sword. You can't remember exactly, but
I think he kind of like starts to click in his mind, and he goes, "Oh fuck! Do you work for Visara?"
I'm sorry, who?
Visara. Do you know the name?
Never, no.
Rubo mumbles to himself. He's like, "Is Visara a fucking god? What the fuck?" Okay, I do think I need this, but I still do need your friend's house. There's a few things that I've been looking for. You said you were on a job. I've been on a job myself.
Okay.
Healthily employed. I do pretty well for myself.
So maybe our path kind of aligns there. That's fine. What can I help? Maybe.
All right. So is Aliana like standing right here with Alon still?
oh yeah, she's standing there kind of staring. She's just like,
Okay.
She looks like she wants to say something, but she's kind of letting your conversation carry out because she seems intrigued.
I do like the like side hand thing away from Aliana, and I go, I gotta steal that little thing's house. Will you help me do it?
This little thing can still hear you.
Fuck.
Aliana.
I'm just kidding. And then I wink at Ale.
Really obvious wink.
So you need her house specifically?
No, I mean, I guess I don't have to.
We can get you a house.
It
That's
has
not
to
a
be
problem.
a little fairy house, though.
Yes, we have plenty of them. When others pass on, we keep the houses until someone else grows up and can take its place, but we can always rebuild another one.
You guys die? I assumed you lived a long time since you were so old.
We do live a long time, but occasionally someone's soul needs to move on. So we pass on and we move on to other greater purposes.
Okay. If that is something I need, though, I suppose, is that. And then maybe you guys, okay, literally this is not me forgetting. I need some sort of animal communication device. This was literally what was written down. And I don't know what that means or what it does, but I do need that. So maybe you can help with that?
Do you mean the whistle thing?
Oh yeah, you got that from the
Whistle
monks.
thing. I looked down at the whistle thing that's like tied to my belt. Holy shit. I have... Okay. When we steal your house, I will have everything I need.
I'm sorry, what?
We're not going to steal her house. We're going to barter for an empty house. Please.
Fine. I can take an empty house. I won't be happy about it, but I will take it.
Okay, so at least hopefully displayed as the thing that you're needing. So that's good.
Does it do anything? And I try to like twirl it around for a minute.
You start twirling it around, and as far as you can tell, right now, it can't do anything special that you can see. Those runes that it's sporting make you think that you might need to spend a little more time with it in order to actually find out what it does.
I stand there for a second, realizing that I most likely am about to have everything that I needed to get, and go, we can worry about the fairy house when we get there. I guess I don't need to hurry up with getting all these things.
Do you need some bandages or something before you go to bed?
If If you'd like, yeah, I'd love you to help dress me. And he starts blushing again.
I'm trying real hard, Nathan. Damn it. Oh, God. Oh.
Damien's gonna face palm and go sit next to a tree and watch the camp.
Elon will go through his bag and he'll pull out kind of like a little makeshift first aid-ish and pull out a few bandages. Do you need help? Like, I don't...
Rubo takes his shirt off immediately, and he is still pretty, like, probably got wounds, like, you know,
he's so skinny.
He is very skinny. He is, like, he takes off his chainmail first, and then takes off the clothes that he's wearing, and you realize that he is much smaller than he looked.
The armor added so much.
Yep, Elon's gonna just start, like, kind of tending to his wounds a little bit. I'm pretty sure he's used to this with, you know, doing training and other things on his soldiers, so...
Your hands are warm and soft.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, Elon, make me a medicine check, please. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold it together, guys, but...
I want
just wait till he takes off his shirt. Damn.
I want this to last forever. I want to live in this. I want to live in this moment.
You're not okay with, like, little girls hitting on it, like, in their diaries and stuff like that, but you're okay with guy on guys. I rolled a 17 minus 1. It's to 16 total.
All right, you're able to, you've directed some training sparring sessions where you've needed to patch some people up, so you kind of know what you're doing as you wrap his chest in bandages and make sure that everything is tended to as it needs to be in order to heal properly.
So yeah, after wrapping him, I give, like, a solid little pat that's pretty solid in a non-hurtful spot and go, there you go, that should cover it.
Yeah, I feel good.
And actually, that's a good idea. And he's going to go back over to his spot across the fire, and he's going to take off his armor. And he's going to have some pretty spiffy looking ass clothes underneath. And he's built. Let's just get the yaoi shit out of the way. He's pretty built.
Rubo's on his little bedroll, like a teenage girl with his like hands like up against his face and his feet like bent up in the air, like kicking back and forth as he watches you strip out of your armor, and he's just like, "Chad, when do you see what I see?"
I've been sitting here the entire time, drawing on the map, correcting things and labeling things. The entire time, so the map is much more filled now. Just look up, notice what's happening around me, immediately go like, ugh. And go back to fixing the map.
Aelon is completely oblivious to all of this.
Even better.
I will return the map to you at one point in the night, Elon. Vastly different. So many more things are labeled now.
Wow.
I got a little carried away. I had to fix it.
Have you been to all of these places?
No, I just read a lot of books in my youth.
It's nice that you're educated.
I'm gonna go walk over here now, and I go and walk back to my bedroll. Just not wanting to talk to him anymore.
She's done with me.
As everyone's kind of starting to disperse, Aliana's going to kind of look around the group and be like, okay, so I take it then, if we're all starting to go our separate ways, that the important talk is waiting till the morning?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever everyone else wants to do.
No offense, mate, but you look like you narrowly escaped death. So I think at least for you, it should wait till morning.
I've, sometimes making sure other people live is important also.
He's fine, right, Rubo? I give him a clap on the back, unlike Aelon specifically where one of the wounds are. See, he's fine. He's tough.
That sounded a little painful.
He's fine.
Oh, I'm feeling great.
Damien's going to take off
Chug
his
down
armor
some
as
of that
well.
wineskin real quick.
Damien is going to take off his armor and start cleaning it because it needs it.
I put more clothes on somehow.
Mhm.
I already have the big overcoat that I'm drowning in. I put more on.
Another bigger overcoat appears out
Yeah,
of nowhere.
another bigger overcoat.
Who's just standing in a corner, barely wearing anything, just simple leather, just covers everything.
I wear another set of pants under my pants.
The Althu is strapped in leather. He is the leather daddy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Oh no.
Damien, you were taking the first watch, and then I was taking second, and Theothu, you said you were taking third? Okay, dope.
Alright, well.
Rubo's gonna grab his sword and get to bed. He's gonna
Alrighty.
try to focus on the sword and try to figure this thing out.
Elon is gonna look over to Damien and be like, here, and reach into his bag and pull out some, really nice armor polish and, toss it over.
He'll catch it and be like, where the hell did you get this? This is expensive stuff.
That's what they give everybody. In the guard.
Well, my son never brought anything like this home. That's weird.
Is your son in Korea?
Oh, no, he's a soldier.
A soldier? Of what?
Oh, yeah, my son's a soldier in the Silver Falcons.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Gets out notebook and starts writing down stuff.
Alright, I recommend you all get some sleep. I'll keep watch for a few hours. Chatwin, you want me to wake you up, or are you going to wake yourself up?
You can wake me up. And then Theothu will come get you up whenever I'm finished.
Oh, I'll probably be up by that time as well.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
I imagine. I do like to take some time to take in the stars.
If y'all are okay, then I'm gonna just gonna go over to this tree and try to sleep. And he's gonna do that.
Alright.
I feel rude doing that, but
Aliana follows you, flutters up into the tree, and as she stated before, finds a little hole in the trunk, just flutters on in, and you see it stays still for a minute, and then she flutters back out, looks down at the ground, plucks a leaf off the ground that the tree had shed, wraps it around herself like a blanket, and then flies back into the hole.
I was gonna say, is there an angry squirrel that's like, get out?
Kicks her out. My place.
But that, I believe, is where we're going to end it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for listening, and if you liked us, please follow us on social media. We are Chronicles of Kriath Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and we are also Chronicles of Kriath Podcast on YouTube. So, if you don't listen to things on podcast platforms, our full episodes are also available on YouTube for you. Thank you all for listening. Please tune in next time for when these crazy people wake up and find out what's really going on with the mysterious fairy and mysterious hunk of a knight that appeared.
And hopefully they get to fucking find out I'm not crazy. Oh, god damn it.
Time for us to start our quest with the hot knight that rolled up. Hell yeah!
Not a night.
Guard. Hell
guard,
yeah, the hot night!
No, it's not. Okay.
Same
It'll
difference.
be a hot night, all right.
Anyways, thank you all for listening,
no.
and we will see you next time. Bye!
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 Bye.
I can't even hold it
Bye.
together anymore.
Please help
damn
me.
it.